Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. I'm trying to get me a good camera view. Hopefully I'm not making you sick here moving a camera around. Just want to make sure that I'm in view. It's just hard to tell when you set up that you are in camera. Hopefully I am. You can see my cool hexagon bees. I call it a beehive desk. It's a really cool glass top that I have that has those cool little shapes on there. We'll give everybody a minute or so to pop in. Just say hi if you have joined me. I'm excited to bring you a pretty cool shaker card. Let's see. I'm gonna kind of bring this back a little more and see if I can get a little bit more room to stamp. It's always fun to get set up. Make sure that I am set up here. I can never tell what is good or not good. If you've joined me, let me know you're with me. So tell me where you're from. All right, I'm going to start talking a little bit. We'll talk about Paper Pumpkin first because Paper Pumpkin is near and dear to my heart. I love Paper Pumpkin. I think it's such a fun way to craft. Last month's kit was fantastic, and I do have a video on my YouTube channel that shows you what was in it. I do always do an unboxing video. Hey Mom. Hey John. And I love Paper Pumpkin because it comes to your door every month. You never know what you're getting. It's like a little surprise. But this month kit matches next month's kit. So that's always fantastic. And it's going to make some really cool tags, which also we can turn into cards. So you don't have to only do tags. But if you have not subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, you have until the 10th, which is Thursday, to choose to be in Paper Pumpkin. Hey Clem, thanks for joining us. And then you will get the next Paper Pumpkin kit. So excited. All right. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, starting tomorrow, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, let me get you the right details, because sometimes I forget things, so I just want to make sure that I have it correct. On the 9th and 10th of November, all current Paper Pumpkin subscribers can save up to 50% on Paper Pumpkin pass kits, refills, and add-ons. So it's for 2 days. And if you sign up by the 10th of November, you're going to receive the North Pole kit, which is right here. So definitely check that out. Hey, and then also, don't forget that if you want any of those past kits or refills, to hop on early tomorrow morning and check that out. So that is something that is a little bit of a surprise. But yeah, up to 50% off past kits and refills. That's quite the deal, I think. So that'll be fun. So anyway, that's Paper Pumpkin. Don't forget also about the Nourish and Flourish kit that is in the mini catalog. It comes with a little lunchbox. Here it is. And it is a non-stamping kit, so it's a great kit for those who don't want to stamp but want to have some cards to send out. There's hello cards, just so lucky to know you, and I appreciate you more than you know. So there are some really nice sentiments. You get this pretty cool lunch sack, and you're going to make twice the impact because you're going to also help with food scarcity. So that's always awesome. So check into that. And then kits collection, which we have stamping and non-stamping kits. You just have to go to my online store and see what we have available. All right. The birthday card organizer kit is super awesome, so definitely check that out. It comes with, I think, 6 cards of each design, 2 different designs, and so you get 12 cards plus the organizer for $25. It's a great thing to have because the organizer goes by months, so you can buy cards or make your cards ahead of time and then stick them into the different months pockets, so you're always ready for birthdays. So it's kind of a cool little kit. And then we have the Christmas tag and gift card kit. You get 9 tags, 9 gift card holders, 3 each, 3 designs. And if you purchase this kit, let me know, because if you purchase the craft note cards and envelopes, it comes with a box, and you can take the extras from this kit, the pieces that are left over, and do an awesome gift for somebody. So if you purchase this kit, let me know and I'll be happy to give you that idea. Also, this fantastic Christmas card kit is so pretty. It's way prettier than what you see in this picture because it's sparkly and beautiful, and you don't have to just make cards from it. You can make tags, you can make all kinds of things. Hey Melita, I'm so happy that you're here too. Check out the beanie if you're interested in the beanie. I have that and it's pretty cool. I have shown it a few times. If you guys want to see it, let me know and I'll go grab it. I don't have it right here next to me, but I can get it. And then we have the cool mug. So I think that is most of my housekeeping notes. And then we are going to be using today our Snowman Magic, which this is the really cool set here that we are using. It is a really cute stamp set where you get a snowman. You have 2 different faces you can use. You have different hats, 3 different hats. You have even sunglasses. The one we're going to do tonight is going to have sunglasses. Of course you have a bunny, which makes me love this even more because of Jasper. Those of you who know about Jasper, he is super fun and my little companion in my stamp studio. So for Sunday's card, I made a snowman that was a bunny snowman because you have to, because of Jasper. So I will show you those at the end, the card from yesterday and Sunday. And then I'll re-show you last week's cards as well, since I didn't get to show you all of them on Tuesday. So don't forget, if you want your paper pumpkin and you have not purchased it yet, you have until the 10th to get the current kit. And if you want to pause your kit or whatever, you have to pause that by Thursday. So let me know if you are going to do that as well. And let's go ahead and get started with this cool card. We're going to make a shaker card today. Gotta love the shaker cards, right? I think they're pretty cool. So this is our card. And here is all the fun shaker bits. I'm actually going to stand up so I can see in my overhead camera so I can show it to you nice and close. So this is the really cool bits that are in here. And so I chose these really cool sequins. They're called For Everything Fancy sequins because they have like some pieces in there that are different. You have a few different colors, like these are the light blue ones, and there's some gold and silver pieces, but there's also these little baubles that are actually like a pearl-like dimension. I'm trying to find one in here. I'll show you in the open kit rather than in this one, but they're cool. And what I like about this is that this little snowman in here, you can have him, you know, have extra snowdrift on this side or the other. Plus, it's just fun playing with shaker cards, I think. So I'm going to show you how to make this one today. Let's get this little snow out of his face. All right, so there is this card, and this is the inside. So it says, sending wishes for a cool Christmas, which is why I had to give him the sunglasses, filled with warm and wonderful memories. So the sequence comes like this. It comes in this little box, and there's 3 colors. So we're going to use this blue one today, and I'm going to try and show you the little pearl that I was trying to... Let's see here. Here's one of them. So it's like a flat-backed pearl. Can you see it on my finger? So it's not just sequins, they're fancy sequins. There's a pearl by my nail there. You can see it. So you have this really pretty blue. And then there's green and pink. So these are the 3 colors in this package, and you get a lot of them. So you have plenty to do whatever project you want to do, or multiples, and I'll use that blue one in a little bit, but I'm going to put it away for right now. Also, this background, we are going to do some mask again. We're going to mask that as my background, so you can make your own background paper. So let's get started. This is the die set with the snowman, and because it came with this really cool die, I'll pull it out so you guys can see it. See how cool this is? I think it's this way that I used it. So there is the die. So what it does is it cuts into the paper, but it doesn't actually cut out. So around this edge, you see how this is the cut line? There's no cut line all the way around. So if you were to use this on a front of a card, it would just cut this middle section out, and then you would have it on the front with an open area. So it's kind of a neat thing because you can use it for both. So I paired it with the rectangles. Okay, and so what I did was I put it with my rectangles, and I found the closest rectangle in size to the die. So I picked this one. Okay, and then I die cut it out. After I cut one, I cut the other. And then I used another rectangle, the same size, for the back so that I could do my scene. I'll show you in a minute, but I just wanted to point out that this does not cut this out. So this stitched is the rectangles that I have paired the die set with. So I wanted you to be aware of that. But it is a really cool card that it makes. Let me find you one that I did that didn't have the piece cut out. I didn't do it this week, but I'm going to find it for you. Give me just 1 second. I have to walk away and try and put my hands on it because I have all different kinds of cards from all different places that I go. And I wanted you to see what it looks like. Okay. So this card is not from this week. So if you die cut this on a card front, so this is the card front, you would get this. This is what is cut out. So it's gives you kind of a peekaboo window. So then you could stamp on the inside, which is the words from this stamp set right here. And then when you put it over the top, this is what you have. So it's a super cool die. So this is what happens when you don't cut it out around it and it just cuts. This is what it cuts out. Does that make more sense? So that's a pretty simple card. So I use the rectangles to help cut it out to make it into a shaker. And then, of course, you guys know I love the stylish shape. So I use that for my my sentiment here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Enough talking. Hopefully you understood what I was trying to say. Thank you, John. I think it's pretty cool. All right. So we're going to get started. So we have our 8.5 by 5.5, scored down the middle, and I already burnished it, but I will do it again to make sure that it's nice. Okay, and we are gonna put this mask from the Artistic Mix Decorative Masks. Remember when I did the plaid when we did the doggy a couple weeks back? This is a different mask that's in the same one. So we're going to go ahead and place this card down onto our piece here. And we're going to place our mask on the top however I want it to look. I'm trying to figure out, I think like that maybe is good. I'm going to get my tape. I'm going to tape the top and the bottom just to hold the mask in place to keep it from moving. All right, and then we're going to be using our blending brush with Balmy Blue. That's the same color ink as the paper. So you can see when you do the tone on tone, that's the look that you get, okay? So let's go ahead and pick some up. And I recently inked this up, so it's a little bit dark. So I'm gonna use this to get some of that darkness off. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start blending. And we really only need it on the edges of this card, okay? You can see that this covers up most of it. But I mean, you can do all of it if you want to, but it's going to be covered. I want to make sure I have enough on this top edge here. All right, so then we're going to grab our baby wipe. I keep those next to me in my drawer. And when I pull this off, I have to clean my mask. So there is, see, I left the middle. Looks kind of pretty like that if you decided to do something like that, right? I'm gonna put this on here and I'm gonna pull this tape off. And we will clean our mask. So I'm just gonna run this over the top. There's our blue ink. And I just like to make sure that it's nice and clean so that the next time I use it, if I'm using it like with a light color like yellow, I don't end up with green or something, you know? So I do like to just wipe the back side too, just in case any seep through, but most of the time there's none there. So there we go. So there's our mask. I'm just gonna set it to the side to dry. And that is the backdrop for our Cool card today. All right, so now I have 3 pieces. So I have, remember I told you I cut out a backdrop for our shaker, okay? And then this is the same size that's on the front of the die. And actually one of the little pieces didn't pop all the way out. So I will pop that through right here, one of these. There, that little tiny piece. So there's the frame, and I use the same size rectangle to get the that die and the back. Okay, and then in between you need a sandwich. So you need a window sheet, and we sell those in large packages. So you just need to get a window sheet, and I cut that out with my paper trimmer the same size. I just measured it and just made sure that it was just a slight smaller size so that it would tuck underneath and not stick out on the edges. So let's go ahead and attach the window sheet first. That's what we're going to do first. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my silicone mat. Jasper's underneath me here, so he may decide to, you know, come to play. So I already apologize in advance if I have to get on to him because he's a little stinker. But I adore him. So I'm going to put my window sheet on the front. It's kind of like your glass, right? So we're going to go ahead and attach this and let that dry. We'll set that to the side. And we're going to build our little scene on this plain one. That's where we're going to do our little snowman in here. So let me try and move all the... Sometimes there's a lot of static in here, so you'll just have to forgive me, but I'll have it upside down. But I did a little snowbank, so we're going to use, there's a stamp that comes in the stamp set. There's actually two. There's a longer and a smaller little snowbank. So I'm going to use the same one, okay? We're going to start with our snowman because he's our main focal. So I'm going to ink him up first. And we're going to build our little scene back here. Now, as you can tell, he's kind of to the bottom, but not all the way down because we don't want this frame covering him up. We want him to sit up a little bit higher. So I'm going to put him about right here. And he's going to go first. Then I know where to put my snowbank, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do the little snowman. And I'm going to just put that stamp to the side. We'll use the other parts and pieces here and there. But I'm going to go ahead and do my little line of snow next. So we're going to do pool party. And I'm going to grab a scrap paper. The one that I used earlier will be fine. So that if I go off the side here. So I want to connect this to my little snowman because I want it to look like, you know, the snowbank is kind of like behind him. So there is that one. Okay, and now we're going to do one on the other side. And I'm just going to use the same piece and I'm going to kind of drag it down from like right about the same place so that it looks like it's behind him, but I'm going to slope it. So there's our little snowbank, okay? And now we're going to do our trees. I'm going to clean that in a minute. So there's a little set of 3 trees. I'm going to put those over here on this side. One of them is in the snow and the other 2 are kind of like behind it. So there are our trees. All right, so I gotta clean those. Gotta clean my snowman. All right, let's give him his arms. Those are gonna be soft suede. And there are 2 stamps for the arms. So I put them on the same block. And so I'm gonna grab my soft suede here. And I'm going to put one arm, and then I'm going to actually clean it so I don't get that ink on me. And we'll do the other arm on the other side. All right, so there's my snowman. All right, and let's go ahead and clean these while I have my cleaner out. All right, that's it for soft suede. He's going to have a little hat on, and I want to put the hat first before I put his sunglasses on or anything, because I want to know how far down to go with his face based on where his hat ends up. So I'm going to ink up his little hat in Starry Sky. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on him. And I'm going to kind of tilt it a little to the side. So there's his little hat. Okay. And that's it for Starry Sky. All right. Let's put his face on now. So I used the little face with the dotted eyes because there's no face without eyes. but the dots will be less to cover with the sunglasses. So I went ahead and made sure that I used the one with the dots. So there's his little face. And now we're going to give him his little sunglasses. Okay. I put those on the stamp here with the snowman. So I just double added everything together to make it a little easier for myself. When you have stuff on the same block, less to worry about. So I'm going to give him his little sunglasses. So there's his little sunglasses. Isn't he cute? Now we're going to give him an orange nose. So I got to find the nose. There's a little small triangle stamp for the nose. We're going to do pumpkin pie. So we're just building our little scene here. I got to find it. Here it is. There's a little nose. Gonna ink that up. And then I'm just going to follow. Because it's a clear stamp, you can see through it. And you just kind of line that up. Right around that little black. I'm going to make it a little darker. I'm going to do it twice. So there's his little nose. And then we're going to give him some buttons. Got to find them first. Here they are. And those are going to be black. So you can see there's quite a few, there's him, little stamps in this collection so that you can personalize your little snowman any way you want him to be. So I'm going to give him some little buttons here. And I didn't choose to give him a scarf, but there's a scarf that you can put on them and everything. So cool stuff in this little stamp set. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take the blue that's left on my sponge. And I'm going to start up here. And I'm just going to add some sky. And then I'm going to get a little bit more, but I'm going to take most of it off. I just want it to be really subtle. So I'm just going to come down and I'm going to stop wherever that snow is. Come around this little snowman. Work our way around him. Add some over here by the trees. And just give him a little sky. So there is our little scene in the back. So see, you don't even have to cover anything up. It's not that crucial. You know, if you get a little blue on the snowman, it's not going to kill him, right? All right, so there's our little background. So cute he is. I love him. All right, so that's our whole scene that I have here. Now, the only thing that I haven't done yet is I grabbed my Bashful Blue Stampin' Write marker, and it comes as part of a set of the subtle family. And I used it to fill in these parts of the hat so that it would be like two-toned. It'd be a light and dark blue hat. I'll show you when I'm done here. I'm going to add it to the top here. And I just really liked how it looked to have that second color. So there's his hat. You can see there's a little two-toned right there. I think it turns out pretty good. And so that's it for the scene in the back. So now this is going to be our back section here, okay, of our card. All right, and this should have dried, our little scene. Now we have to have room to put, you know, shaker bits in there, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this as my guide, and Stampin' Up sells this adhesive called foam adhesive strips, okay? And you get a bunch of them in here, 40. So it lasts quite a bit. You guys are quiet. You're like really checking out what I'm doing. So I'm going to take one of these strips out and see how they're already cut for you, kind of like dimensionals, but they're okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way around this piece. I'm actually going to start here because I can see it instead of starting away from me. And I'm going to work my way down. And when I get to the end, I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to trim right before you get to the end there, like that. Okay? Let's see if this one will make it all the way across. Nope. All right, so we'll go to this side next. So we're going to butt this up against this one. And we're going to press that down. Okay? And then we're going to trim that piece off. And then I'm going to actually just save this small piece. Sometimes you need a small piece. So I have this as a sheet that I've already gone through because I like making shaker cards. And so I'm just going to put that one on there. Okay? For another time. And I'm just going to grab another strip. Okay, and we'll turn that window around. We'll work on this side now, push it up against that piece of foam. And we're going to run it to the end here. And again, we're going to snip before we get to the very end. So there's that one. One more to go. So we're going to push that one here. And now, when you get to this piece, you want to put your scissor right where that meets that other piece of foam and then give it a cut. And then that's how that meets right there. Okay, so there is our little foam pieces. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to just stick it in here again on this sheet that I have gone through. And then we're going to slide these guys in front of this one. So these little foam adhesive strips are awesome because they make shaker cards super easy. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do here is I am going to take my sequins and I am going to grab a handful. And if I have any pearls, I'm going to make sure that they're turned so that the rounded part is facing the clear. Okay, so I'm going to take a pinch and I'm going to toss it in here. And if I have any pearls or rhinestones, I'm going to make sure that they stay on their little rounded end and it's turned the right way. And I have a couple rhinestones. See, there's a little rhinestones in there too. That's why they're fancy. See, they have little rhinestones in there too. So I'm going to flip those over because I don't want them to be backwards, right? I want them to be that part. See, here's a pearl. I got to flip that one over. You just want to make sure that they're facing the right direction. So that's the hardest part, is flipping over your little rhinestones or pearls or whatever. So this one's the wrong way. Got to flip that one over. Well, just because there's not enough room really for them to flip, because those are a little bulkier than the rest of the sequence. Or you can just pull some out and just, if you get tired of flipping them over, pull them out and just put them in back in your sequence. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more. I'm going to do 3 pinches. All right, and I have two pearls here that are not flipped, but I have plenty of pearls in here, so I'm just going to pull them out so I don't have to worry about them. Where did you go? I think it flipped over because it didn't. Oh, no, it didn't. It was just, it hit itself. There we go. All right, so I think I'm good now with all my pearls are facing the right way. And I think that that's plenty of sequins. So we'll put those back in our box. And now we're going to peel the back. So we're going to be really careful. You don't want to pull it really hard. You just want to be real gentle because you don't want the sequence to stick to the sticky part. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. And you want to be careful that your fingers don't stick and you fling sequins everywhere. Of course, it would be a confetti party, so that would be fun. Okay, so there's the back. Okay. All right, I'm trying to figure out which is which part. This is the top. This is the bottom. So, okay, we're going to stick our card down like this because this snowflake here is actually this one that's at the top of the trees. So I want the top of the trees to be this way. And so we're just going to lay, this piece, remember, is the exact size. So all you have to do is line it up with the cardstock that's there. You hold your fingers and just gently lay it down and press. Okay. So now, once you've pressed that into place, I'm going to throw away my little wrappers. There is, how fun! Don't you love this? Isn't this so cool? I love shakers. So how cool was that? Okay, so now we're gonna just attach this onto the front of our card. So I'm gonna bring out my silicone mat because you guys know what a mess I make. I'm just gonna use wet adhesive. I'm just gonna put it on the back, just like if it was any element or any other part of my card. See, I bet you guys thought it was harder to do this than it is. Yay, I'm so glad you love it, guys. Okay, so there's my adhesive. I'm gonna flip that over and I'm gonna bring my card. I'm gonna bring it down a little so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna make sure that I'm centered as best I can. I'm gonna actually stand up because it's a little easier for me to see when I stand up. And that looks pretty good. That looks pretty centered to me. So not bad for eyeballing. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and press that into place and set it to the side for a minute. And then we're going to attach this really cool, this is the banner that I used, this one on the inside. And I used Starry Sky, and I already did it. I have to find it though. Oh, here it is. And the reason I did it ahead is because I went ahead and stamped it and then I die cut it out because you see how close it fits in there. So I just stamped it on a scrap piece of this balmy blue paper, and then I took my die and placed it over the top, and then I could see to line it up really well. And I didn't want to have to pull the die cut machine out with you guys. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut this straight across because you can see I have it straight right here. Hey Lou, thanks for joining us. So I'm just going to cut this straight across like this. You can watch the replay, Lou, that's fine. So I'm just going to discard this piece right here. And then I'm just going to glue this directly over the top here on this corner of the shaker. So I'm just going to use my wet adhesive. I'm just going to pick that up and we'll attach that right here. Like maybe right on that end. I'll leave a little border, maybe right like that, because I want a couple of those snowflakes showing. Now, on the snowflakes that are left in this frame, I'm going to take my Wink of Stella, which is our little pen that has this really cool glitter stuff inside here, as you can see. And we're just going to paint it. I'm actually going to bring this up so that you guys can see. Wink of Stella is kind of hard to see on camera, but it adds all this glitter. So I'm going to go around the outside first and make sure I'm depositing plenty of glitter around the whole frame. And then I'm going to go around these little snowflakes, but not all of them, just a few. And just add a little bit more sparkle, because I don't want to get it on my window sheet, so I'm trying to be a little bit careful. But Wink of Stella is hard to see on camera, guys, but it is a wow in person. because it adds that little touch of sparkle. So let's see if I can get it to show up on camera. Let's see. No, it's really hard to see on camera, but it's like, let's look on this section here. You can kind of see the sparkle in this corner. It's just really hard to see on camera, but in person it's super sparkly. That's the best, I think, view I can give you of it on camera. All right, so there's our Wink of Stella, and then we're going to add some iridescent rhinestones. Why? Because we can, and because they're so fun, and I love them so much. This is my new pack. I've already gone through a whole pack of these, and there's 200 of these on there, but I love these iridescent rhinestones because they take on whatever color you put them on. So if you put them like on a dark surface, they take the dark color from behind them. Look at how awesome they are. So sparkly and fun. Okay, so we're going to use these guys. So let me get my take your pick tool. We'll take the Wink of Stella out of the way. We'll throw that little piece out. We don't need this mat anymore. All right, so let's see. Let's add... Let's use these smaller ones that we have a ton of. So let's put those in the middle of these snowflakes. Let's put one on this sentiment first. And then let's put one on maybe on this snowflake. On this snowflake. You just gotta have a little bit of sparkle, guys, right? Right there. Hey, stays down there, mister. Stay down. Let's see, where else should we put one? Maybe right here. On this snowflake. You can't have enough. Let's put one more. Let's put it right here. No, maybe on this one. Yeah, that's good. All right. So there are those sparkly iridescent rhinestones. I love them. And then we have the stamp on the inside of our card. So the sentiment on the inside of the card says, filled with warm and wonderful memories, because we're sending wishes for a cool Christmas. Filled with warm and wonderful memories. So let's open our card. I just wanted to make sure everything's stuck down before I stamp the inside. We're going to use Starry Sky. And we'll stamp our sentiment on the inside. And then we'll put a little set of trees in the corner. So let's do this one first. Filled with warm and wonderful memories. Let's clean this. And let's get those trees out. Those are so cute, those little trees. I love them. And then, I don't know if I put a, yeah, I did. All right, let's put the tree line right down here. And then the trees. So cute they are. That's clean. You got to add a little bit of the outside of the card to the inside of your card, right? I think so. I think it makes it fun when you do that. I don't think there's a snowflake, is there? I know there's a snowflake die, but I don't think there's a snowflake stamp. No, there isn't. Because that would be super cute. But there isn't, so we can't do that. I was thinking we should add that, but we can't. So what do you guys think of this cute card? It was so easy to make. All right, so now that I've made a big mess with moving my mat around and all this stuff that I have everywhere, and I've made a big crazy mess on here. Let's show the earlier in the week, and then I'll go back to last week with you guys, okay? So we had on Sunday, this was my bunny card. How cute is this bunny snowman? It reminds me so much of Jasper. And if you haven't seen this card or the video for it, it's on YouTube, so you can check it out. I have a really cool die that I did these dots on the background, and I think it looks so cute pop with the white scallop behind it. So I really love that. And then this is one of the die cut trees, and there's Wink of Stella on it there. You can kind of see it a little better on the green than you can on that white. See that sparkle? That's Wink of Stella. That's what it does. It gives like super sparkle. And I also sparkled this heart. See how sparkly that heart is? It's like a glittered heart because that bunny is loving this little snowman. I'm going to put his little hand on top of the bunny because he has to touch him. There we go. Well, it takes practice, Clem. Like, I've been stamping for 20 years. So practice makes perfect. And then this is yesterday's card. I did just die cut snowman. And this is the little snowflake die that's in the die set. So cute. I used the Lights Aglow paper, which is foiled. You can see that that gold in the background is foiled. And then, of course, I did all of their little noses in gold glitter. Yeah, just watch it a couple times. Just keep fast forwarding to the section that you need help with, Clem, and you'll get better at it. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. Okay, guys, I guess that everybody has dropped off and you guys are done. So, do you guys want to see last week's cards, the ones that I didn't get to show you on the live, or are you good with just the snowmen? I think everybody left. But if you want to see them, I'd be happy to show them to you. If you guys are over it and you're ready to move on, I'm happy to let you go. Okay, Malane, I'll show you. Okay, so this is today's. I'll bring these back in a minute. Let's show last week. So last week was the fitting florets, and that collection is still available. And so I showed you my twisted easel card. And then on Monday, we did DSP Monday, and we had this Christmas card. And then on the live, this was the card we made with the reverse Z-fold. This is what I did last week. So that was all that you got to see last week. So Wednesday was Case the Catalog, and this is the beautiful card. Now, I didn't do a YouTube video for this, but it is on my blog, so don't forget, you can go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com and see content that's not on YouTube. And then on Thursday, I did a blog hop. And I also, it's 3D Thursday. Oh, wait, I forgot. I also did a blog hop on the live day, and it was a Dutch door card. So this was it. So we have a lot of cards for this. I did 8 cards. Then it was 3D Thursday, and this holds Hershey's Nuggets. So a very cool little project, and I think that this is so classy and so pretty. It would be great for like women's church group, Sunday schools, co-workers, and it's a really quick project. You can get 4 of these out of 1 sheet of cardstock. So this is a really cost-effective and beautiful little gift to give with 3 Hershey Nuggets in there. And then I did a blog hop, and then this was the card from the blog hop. And then Friday was Fun Fold Friday, and I did an easel card. And there is that. A regular easel, and this is the twisted easel. All right. So that was last week's projects. If you missed any of them, I have videos on YouTube for all of them except for this card. So all of these have videos. This one doesn't have a video, but you can see close-ups of it on my website at inkyhandswarmhearts.com. All of these have YouTube videos. So let me pull these out and bring our snowmen back so that we can talk about this week's projects. But I do like showing you the week prior because you guys don't get to see them on the live. So here's today's really fun shaker card. And these were from earlier in the week. Tomorrow I have a really cute card. You guys are going to love it. And 3D Thursday, you're not going to want to miss it. So check it out, especially if you own this stamp set, because you're going to want to make the project, Clem. So check out Thursday for sure. And I think that I am going to be doing a class with this stamp set. So for those of you that are interested in taking a class with this stamp set, let me know and I will put you on my list and contact you once I have the set. I'm also going to be doing a card fiesta on Saturday mornings. It's going to be at a Mexican restaurant on Virginia Beach Boulevard. So, I sent out my newsletter. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, you can go to my website and subscribe. It's on, if you're on mobile, here, I'll show you. If you're on mobile, let's see, I gotta find my, okay, so if you're on the mobile phone, when you open my website up, you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're gonna see my picture. Under my picture is my host code, and then under that is subscribe to my newsletter. If you want access to class information, it's all going to be on my newsletter. So you can just subscribe, just fill out this information. You were going to get a confirmation email that you'll have to click on and let them know that yes, you want to be on the newsletter. And then you can be on it. If you just want updates of what I post on the blog, underneath there is my blog update. And you just need to put your email address. And every time I post a new blog post, you can get access to it. So on the computer, instead of having to scroll all the way to the bottom, because it's bigger, you're going to see my banner at the top, and then you're going to see this, and on the right-hand side, on the sidebar, you're going to see my picture. This stuff here is on the side on the computer. So if you're looking on your phone, it's at the bottom, but if you're on the computer, it's going to be on the side. So underneath my photo, you're going to have the host code and then the email newsletter subscription. So that's where you need to find out. And I usually send those on Thursdays. I sent them late this time, but normally on Thursdays. And I have the information about Card Fiesta so that you can let me know if you're interested in that. And also I'm starting a stamp club that's going to start in January. And you're going to get a stamp set every month with that club. So if you're interested in that, it's going to be a class basically every month. And you're going to get a stamp club of the month. It is a 6-month commitment. But it will be lots of fun. And I will have lots of fun surprises for you guys that sign up for that. All right, guys. I guess that's everything. Does anybody have any questions for me? Thank you, John. Thank you, Lou. Oh, Malena, I'm so happy that you were able to make it as well. All right, if there's no questions, I appreciate it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on my video. Hit that little thumbs up. You can also share this video to your Pinterest if you want to watch it later. You can throw it on a board on your Pinterest and do that. Or you can hit save. If you hit the little plus and save, you can save it on your YouTube to watch later also. All right, guys, thanks for being here. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!